Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shangfai YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us again. Today, if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss important news and update from South Sudan and across East Africa. Today, we have a very important discussion about the political situation in South Sudan, the ongoing conflict, peace talk, and the growing debate among South Sudanese communities about leadership and national unity. Well, this is a developing story, and many people inside and outside South Sudan are watching carefully. Let us begin. Over the past few days, new political statements and military accusations have increased tension in South Sudan once again. At the same time, opposition groups are talking about peace discussion while fighting and accusation continue in some parts of the country. One of the biggest story coming out recently is that a South Sudan opposition alliance known as SOMA say that it is ready for peace talk without putting condition first. This statement surprised many people because for a long time, several opposition groups had strong disagreement with the government and with mediators involved in the peace process. According to a recent report, the opposition alliance said it is willing to participate in negotiations for peace, but there are still concerns about where those talks should happen. The group reportedly say that Kenya and Uganda may not be the best places for negotiation because of neutrality concerns. Many South Sudanese citizens are now asking an important question: can South Sudan finally move toward peace after years of conflict and political disagreement? This question is very important because the country has suffered for many years. Thousands of families have lost loved ones. Many children have grown up during conflict. Millions of people have been displaced from their homes. Some are still living in refugee camps across East Africa, and some are still living inside South Sudan in IDP camp. Others remain inside protection camp or areas affected by insecurity. For many ordinary citizens, peace is no longer just a political discussion. It is about survival, it is about returning home, it is about food, safety, education, and a better future. Now, when opposition group began speaking about dialogue without condition, some people see this as a positive sign. Others remain doubtful. Many citizens believe South Sudan has already witnessed too many peace agreements that later collapsed because of mistrust between political leaders. And this mistrust remains very deep. At the same time, another controversial discussion has been spreading online and inside political circles. This discussion involved some newer politicians and leaders who are aligned with the government. And opposition articles, there was an article published recently created major reaction among South Sudanese citizens. The article questioned whether some government-aligned newer politicians are defending peace or protecting a violent political system. This debate has caused strong emotion among many South Sudanese, especially among members of the Nuer community. Some people believe certain politicians have failed to speak strongly about the suffering of civilians during years of violence. Others argue that working with the government is necessary to avoid more war and instability. This issue is dividing opinion across communities. Some citizens are asking why leaders remain silent when civilians suffer. Others said politicians must work together instead of encouraging ethnic division. The truth is that South Sudan remains a deeply wounded country after years of war. Many communities continue carrying painful memories from previous violence. People remember killings, people remember displacement, people remember losing homes and relatives. And because of this story, political statement today become very emotional and sensitive. One major concern raised by many citizens is the fear that political disagreement could again turn into wider ethnic tension. This is why many activists and peace advocates continue calling for national unity and dialogue. Some analysts say politicians should avoid language that can divide communities further. And instead, they believe leaders should focus on reconciliation and solutions. Meanwhile, another major development has come from military report. The South Sudan People Defense Forces, also known as SSPDF, recently accused SPLAIO forces of launching new attack in part of Jonglei and central Equatoria. According to the report, clashes were reported in areas including Wat, Motot, and Morobo. Military officials described these attacks as violation of the peace agreement. At the same time, opposition groups and government forces have continued blaming each other for insecurity in different areas. This situation is worrying many citizens because people fear a return to full-scale conflict. For ordinary civilians living in these areas, renewed fighting means fear and uncertainty. When clashes happen, civilians are often forced to run away. A school closes, markets stop operating, families become separated, humanitarian aid becomes difficult to deliver, and unfortunately, civilians usually suffer the most during these political and military struggles. International organizations have also expressed concern over the security situation in South Sudan. Human rights groups and humanitarian agencies continue warning about the danger of increasing violence. Reports from different organizations say the country is facing growing humanitarian challenges. Some areas are dealing with displacement, others face food shortages, and insecurity continue affecting transportation and humanitarian operation. As political leaders continue discussing election and peace talk, many ordinary citizens are asking another important question. Will election really happen peacefully? South Sudan has discussed election for many years, but preparation and disagreement have delayed the process multiple times. Some political groups believe election uh, should happen only after full secure reform and secure reform and national reconciliation. Others believe the country cannot continue delaying democratic process forever. This disagreement remains one of the biggest political issues in the country today. Another important issue is trust. Many citizens say trust between political leaders is extremely low. This mistrust affects peace agreement, military cooperation, and political dialogue. Some observers say rebuilding trust may take many years, and without trust, even signed agreement can fail. Despite these challenges, some citizens still remain hopeful. Many young people inside South Sudan and in the diaspora continue calling for peace and unity. Religious leaders, activists, and community elders have also been encouraging dialogue. Some believe the country still has a chance to avoid another major conflict if leaders choose compromise over confrontation. But others fear that political competition and military tension may continue increasing as election approach. This makes the coming month very important for South Sudan's future. Now let us talk about the role of the international community. Countries in the region and international organizations continue following development in South Sudan closely. Different regional leaders have been involved in mediation effort over the years. Peace talks have happened in several countries, including Ethiopia, Kenya, and Sudan in previous years. International pressure has also continued regarding implementation of peace agreement. However, some South Sudanese citizens believe foreign mediation alone cannot solve the country problem. They argue that True peace must come from South Sudanese leaders themselves. Many citizens say politicians must put the interests of the people first. Others believe corruption, tribal politics, and personal political ambition continue hurting the country. Another concern many people discuss is the economy. South Sudan continue facing serious economic difficulties. The cost of living remains high for ordinary families. Fuel price, food price, and transportation costs continue affecting daily life. Insecurity also affect trade and farming activities in several regions. For many families, survival has become very difficult. Young people, especially, continue struggling with unemployment and lack of opportunities. Because of this, many citizens say political stability is necessary for economic recovery. Without peace, development becomes difficult. Investors avoid unstable environment. Humanitarian dependence increases, and ordinary citizens continue suffering. Now, let us return to the issue of national unity. Many South Sudanese citizens believe ethnic politics has damaged the country deeply. People from different communities often accuse political leaders of favoring their own group. This has created mistrust and fear between communities. Some activists say South Sudan needs a new generation of leadership focuses on national identity instead of tribal politics. Others say reconciliation programs are needed to heal communities affected by years of conflict. At the same time, there are citizens who warn against blaming entire communities for political decisions made by leaders. They argue that ordinary people from all communities have suffered during conflict, and this is an important point. Across South Sudan, civilians from different backgrounds have experienced pain, displacement, and loss. Because of this shared suffering, many peace advocates continue encouraging dialogue instead of division. Social media has also played a major role in shaping political discussion. Today, political debate is spread very quickly online. Sometimes social media help expose important issues, but other times it increases tension through insult, misinformation, or tribal attack. Many observers are now calling for responsible communication online. They say citizens should discuss politics carefully without encouraging hatred or violence. This is especially important during sensitive political period. Now, many viewers are probably asking this question: what happens next? The answer is not simple. Much depend on whether political leaders choose peace and compromise or continue confrontation. Much also depend on whether military tension decrease or increase in the coming week. If peace talks move forward successfully, there may still be hope for stability, but if fighting is spread further, the humanitarian situation could become even worse. South Sudan remains at a critical moment. The country stands between peace and deeper instability, and the decision made by political and military leaders today may affect millions of lives tomorrow. For the people of South Sudan, the dream remains the same: peace, security, development, education for children, job for youth, and future without fear. Many citizens are tired of conflict. They want leaders to think about the suffering of ordinary people. Not just politics, not just power, but the future of the country itself. As we continue following this development, we encourage everyone to remain peaceful and respectful during discussion. Political disagreement should never lead to hatred between communities. South Sudan belongs to all people. Before we end this video, let us quickly summarize today's main point. First, opposition groups are now expressing willingness for peace talk without precondition. Second, political debate continue regarding government aligned new leader and their role in the current situation. Third, military tension remains serious after report of fresh clash in Jonglei and Central Equatoria. And finally, many citizens continue hoping for peace despite growing uncertainty. We will continue monitoring the situation closely and bring you update here on the channel. Please share your thoughts respectfully in the comment section below. Do you believe South Sudan can move toward lasting peace? Do you think political leaders will succeed in dialogue? And what solutions do you believe are needed most right now? Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this discussion, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this report with others. Thank you for watching. Let's meet on the next video. Bye bye.